I love working with honeybees. They're incredibly interesting. At Bannockburn House, we're very lucky. There's a lot of different forage around to get blossom honey in the spring. But the main honey that we get here is from the lime flow. There's an avenue of beautiful lime trees here.
Bannockburn House Trust purchased Bannockburn House and the surrounds in 2017. Our understanding of the construction is that it's probably from the early to mid 17th century, but we're still in the process of researching that as part of the conservation and restoration efforts here. What we do know for sure is that Sir Hugh Patterson I, who was deputy keeper of the Signet, employed Fulbert and Dunsterfield, and they came at his behest and installed some ornate plasterwork ceilings here. And that was likely done in the last few decades of the 17th century.
The garden was just a forest. It was a forest of raspberries and nettles that were taller than me, and there was a derelict greenhouse. We had trees to chop down, hedges to trim, and so we established our blackcurrants, our gooseberries, our blueberries and our raspberries, and then we started growing actual vegetables.
Fell Scotland gave us a grant for a community gardening project, which involves the potato grow bags.
We give people a potato bag, compost, 5 or so Charlotte potatoes, which are first earlies, so they can grow them before there's any blight. And then we encourage them to grow their potatoes with their children, their grandchildren. We give them to nurseries, we give them to schools and things like that. So the FEL grant's been fantastic for that.
And then part of the grant also went to the apiary. Our honey is award-winning here, which is really thrilling.
We opened it with 2 colonies, and we now have 12 as a baseline. The number goes up during swarm season, and then as we unite colonies go into the winter, it goes back down. The grant that we got from Fell this year is very helpful because we had completely run out of kit. We managed to buy 4 more hives, decent smokers for calming the bees, and some boards for clearing the supers of bees so that we can actually extract the honey without the bees being all around us.
Bannockburn House and Estate includes an original walled garden in addition to some 19th century gardens. All of these are maintained by our volunteer squad of gardeners, and they use little more than their hands to produce tons of food every year.
We've been supplying nurseries, we've been supplying Hawkhill in Clickmannanshire, and we've also been sending some stuff to Transition Stirling. So we've got rhubarb, we've got fruit, we've got cabbages, pumpkins, courgettes, onions. One woman wrote and said that had it not been for these free vegetables from Bannockburn House, my children would not have had fresh vegetables. I think we're well on the way to making this a really useful asset for the community.